Today, I want us to talk about employment. Many students have graduated from medical school and many of them don't have jobs. Why did you decide to become a doctor, Nsama?
I had never imagined myself being a medical doctor from the time that I was younger up to the time I completed my secondary education.
I didn't want for anyone to ever experience what I had to go through.
What do you think is the cause of this problem? Is it that the doctors are not being trained well? Is that the institution? What are your thoughts about this?
The skills that the market is looking for are not what people are being taught in school.
Hello and welcome to our podcast, the Think Talk podcast. I'm Professor Wilbroad and we want to come to you and bring these topics that matter to you. Today, I want us to talk about employment. Imagine this scenario. You are a son or a daughter of somebody. They have spent a lot of money sending you to school and you enter into a medical school. The minimum is 6 years now. In fact, when I trained, it was 7 years. And after that, what are you looking for? A new job. And lo and behold, you finish your medical school, there's no job. This is the scenario that many young people in Zambia and across Africa are facing. The example of Zambia, over 2,000 young people have graduated from different medical schools and they can't find school. And there are so many in the pipeline. So what are their thoughts? Others are worried, parents are worried, and somehow we have not given this a consideration, especially from the perspective of the potential student who needs to become a doctor or the doctor who has just graduated. And that's my audience for today. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so I'll ask you to talk about yourself one at a time, okay? And then we have some discussion on this matter, what your thoughts are, and hopefully that your friends also might send questions from what you ask me, and I'm very happy to address those. So let's begin with you, Nsama. So maybe introduce yourself. Who is Nsama and what do you do for a living?
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Nsama Chanda and I am an aspiring medical student. And besides being an aspiring medical student, I'm a creative writer as well as an entrepreneur. Yes.
Excellent. Good, thank you so much. And also we have got a gentleman in the studio. Please introduce yourself.
All right, thank you for having me here. So my name's Dr. Humphrey Chewe, recently graduated medical doctor. So what I do for a living is that I'm a graphic designer, video editor, and also I am also into social media marketing as of now.
Excellent. All right, so you guys seem to be doing a lot more. But in this discussion, I want to focus on your medical story. Why did you decide to become a doctor, Nsama?
Okay, if I'm being very honest, I had never imagined myself being a medical doctor from the time that I was younger up to the time I completed my secondary education. It's just that it was the only option that seemed attractive available at the time when I was applying for school. And my results were at secondary level were really good. So my parents were like, okay, try something more challenging. And that's how I found myself in medicine.
Okay. Humphrey, why did you now you're a doctor, right?
Yeah.
Why did you want to become a doctor?
Okay, so this passion for me started when I was in grade 3.
Mm-hmm.
Back then when I was in grade 3, I had a younger brother. And he was 1 year and some months, and during that period of time, he passed on. So the main reason why he passed on is because there wasn't enough care around. So I felt from that period of time, I didn't want for anyone to ever experience what I had to go through. So that's how the passion started. And then slowly it evolved as I got into medical school. I just learned how to fall in love with the whole process, learning.
I like falling in love with the medical school. Wow, that's something. All right, so guys, today I want to discuss something that is out there, the elephant in the room. Many students have graduated from medical school, over 2,000 in Zambia. And many of them don't have jobs. What are your thoughts about that? Maybe we begin with a doctor. What are your thoughts? What are your fears about this?
Okay, so if it starts with fears, my number one fear is not being able to give back the investment that my parents have made in me. Because over the years, you kind of evolve from a point where when you're younger, your parents don't tell you about their issues as much. But when you grow older and when you reach that final stage of a medical school now and graduation is in sight, you start hearing about the struggles that they go through, the loans that they have to get in order to just put you through medical school, and you're now expected to pay them back, but there's nothing to pay you so that you can pay them back.
What are your biggest fears? You are now almost finishing medical school. What are you worried about?
As a firstborn child, and especially as a female, and I'll be the first doctor in my family, my biggest fear is being a liability to my parents. Because right now they're investing, but I'm afraid that I might become a liability if there are no jobs created, because it means that they'll still have to help me after helping me for all these years. So that's my biggest fear.
All right. So let's move on to the other question that I have. So here is a place and people can't find jobs. What do you think is the cause of this problem? Is it that the doctors are not being trained well? Is it that the institution? What are your thoughts about this? Maybe come with it.
Okay, so my main issue that I have with it is that we are producing a lot of doctors right now. There's a lot of institutions, and that's not wrong inherently, because you find out that the demand and supply, right? There's a lot of hospitals even opening up right now, and we need more doctors. But the truth of the matter is that there's no money to pay those doctors that are there. So that's the main issue that is there. So for me, I don't feel it is a problem that a lot of doctors are being produced, because we have a rapidly growing population. And so that's where I stand. I don't feel it's an issue. The issue now is not in our training itself, but also just us ourselves equipping ourselves with financial literacy so that we can know how to go about our lives, not just depending on, okay, medicine, I'm done with medicine. Medicine should also pay me back. So I don't feel it should be that way. Okay. So that's where I stand.
So what do you think is causing this?
I think it's multifaceted because there are a lot of things that come into play that contribute to this problem. One also being the economy. We know that we have a staggering economy currently, so that also contributes to the availability of jobs. Not only that, but we have something called a skill mismatch. So this is something where you find that the skills that the market is looking for are not what people are being taught in school. We know that our world is rapidly evolving and things are changing. We have the introduction of AI. We need schools to incorporate things like that, the things that are in line with how the world is moving into our curriculum, so that we can be relevant to the rest of the world and actually find opportunities that will fit us and benefit us.
All right, so we'll take a break. So just hold your thoughts here. We'll come back, because I wanted to see if you've got any suggestions how the training should go to make the medical student much more versatile, so that they can adapt to what you are saying, like what other additional skills do they need for them to survive in this very harsh environment. All right, so we take a break. On the other side, we tackle the issue. Are there solutions to this challenge?
Think Talk with Professor Wilbroad.